Hello everyone, welcome back to another UModeler tutorial. This time we're just going to be going through the new snap system. So we'll go here into our settings menu, and as you can see, we have new option in our snap settings. None, which wouldn't snap to the grid at all. We have World Grid Snap and Increment Snap. We'll just set it to World Grid Snap real quick. And these are the same as they were before in prior versions. This is the snap size that our objects will snap to. And this drop down is just a preset of popular snap sizes. So we could set it to 0.25 or 0.5. And then this will reflect that. But if you don't like any of those sizes and you want it to be something obscure like 0.659, then you could do that too. But I'm fine with 0.5. So then we have the axes, which the snap will move across. So if we didn't want it to move on the Y, we could untick this box. But I'll leave it ticked just for example purposes. So this is with World Grid Snap. So we can select our object and move it around, and the whole object moves around on the grid, on the snap size that we've set. And then also, if we wanted to modify our object, like with the push-pull tool, we could go, move it back, and it also snaps to the grid. But if we didn't want our object, let's just say, to snap to the Y, just so I can demonstrate that, we would untick that box, and then we could move it on the Y without it being snapped to the grid, but then it would still snap on the other axes. So if we didn't want our object while we were moving it around to snap to a grid, then all we would have to do is hit Increment Snap. This means that our object isn't going to snap to a grid when we move it around, but if we decide to make some modifications to it, like this, with our push-pull tool, they will still snap to the grid, which is very convenient for if you want your object edits, to snap to a grid, but you don't want your whole object to snap to a grid for whatever reason. And obviously, if you don't want anything to apply to any grid at all, you would hit none, and then it would just not snap at all. This time we are going to show you about the line tool. So the line tool has some pretty cool snap settings. So we'll just get the line tool real quick. So as you can see, the cursor, the little black cursor, will change color depending on where you are on the model. So right here, it's orange, which means it is snapped to a vertices. It's green, which means it is snapped to a line. And then if we were to click and then actually start, now that blue, that darker blue, means that it is aligned, like it's a straight line across from the last point. And then we can go and move it. Let's just make a little box. And then the light blue is the starting point. So then we can hit space to confirm. And now we have that little addition to our model. There are also some other colors that you can see. For example, if we were to go to the very center of a polygon, which is kind of hard to find on this particular object. But there you go. So that is the center of the polygon. So it is turning a bright yellow. And there are some other colors that it changes to. And I'm unsure how to get those to show up. So what I'll do is I'll just pop up a little text on the screen to show you what the other colors are. But those are the main ones that you're going to see in your day-to-day modeling use. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial. I know it's a short one, but it was just a short tutorial, I guess. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.